My name's Barbara.
I'm Michaela. We're from Ohatchee Highschool.
And what do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to be a travel nurse.
I want to be a travel nurse.
What is it? Everybody wants to be a travel nurse. Hell, I want to be one now. This is ridiculous. True. All right, you ready? 18 years old, okay? That's you at 18. Now at the bottom, what do you want to find? So how old is your grandmother?
My grandmother is 76.
All right, write 76 at the bottom. Down low.
Down low.
Right there. Okay?
Okay.
So how many years is that?
That's almost
60 years.
So it'd be about 58.
Okay. So 18, you're what, junior?
I'm a senior.
Senior, okay. So you getting a BSN or you gonna get an associate's degree?
I'm going to do associate first.
Why?
Because I feel like if I went ahead and did that and then got a job, like travel, then when I want to do something more, I'll be able to pay my way through it and not have to rely on my parents.
Okay, reasonable. So let's call you a nurse. So just draw a line, diagonal, go away, go this way, go this way a little bit. There you go. So now right there, 23, put an arrow on it. Other side, there you go.
23 above it.
23. And that means right on that line, nurse. Associate's degree. So associate's degree takes you how long to do it? 2 years? And a BSN takes what? 4 years, okay? So we'll go, you make a little money, so draw another arrow from right there. So we're gonna go a little arrow about like right here so we can show progress. We're gonna come right, start right here. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. All right, 24. So yeah, 24. That's when you will be a BSN, right? Or you want to call it 25?
Okay,
25. Right. All right. When you gonna start a family? Don't say last week.
No later than 30, but no earlier than 25. So
Okay.
maybe 28.
28. All right. So draw a line out there, family. All right. How many kids you have?
3 at the most, 2 at the least.
Okay. So you're gonna spread them out about a year or two?
Yes.
Okay. So we're gonna say, draw another line and say 34. 3 kids. Go with it. Okay. Now you're gonna be broke for a little bit in there, so we'll worry about that later. All right. So when you gonna start traveling? Because you can't take your kids with you.
I want to start out of college, so get my ASN and then start a little bit. And then once I start getting ready to have a family, maybe work in a doctor's office. And then after my kids grow up and they're in college, then travel a little bit more.
Okay. So with your current plan, you're talking about traveling between here and here. So 24 to 27. So it gives 3 years of travel. If everything goes perfect. Okay? So those kids, you're going to have 3 of them, spread them out a little bit. You're going to hang out with them until they get to high school, right? So draw a line. So go down low, right there. So that gives you 3 kids, 18, 21, 23. So that gives you, what? 23 years plus, well, let's say you can travel when you're 16. So you got a good million balance.
Okay.
So 16 or 1, whatever you need to. 16, 18, 20. So we'll say after 18 years from 34, you can travel. So that would be 52.
I don't need to go right there, does it?
It's fine. You put kids in college. Or out the house. OTH. Out the house. That's what my parents used to say. We ain't gonna get out the house. Alright, so
So travel for about 10 more years, then retire?
you're gonna travel 10 years. Alright, so go on 62. That's fine, that's close enough. So now where I wrote 24, 27, you gotta go up there and write travel. Now, draw a line between 3 kids and out the house. You just draw a line straight down to it. Right there. And write life over that. So that is your life map from where you are right now. So we're gonna put it up on YouTube. Should be fine. We're gonna post it a little bit. It looks a little different when you plan it out that way, doesn't it?
It does. It does. It really puts everything into perspective.
Right. Now, when you're at 62, that's 10 years in. That means you probably gonna write grandkids.
You're right.
So go on back. So draw the line down. Yep, and get 65. And write grandkids on that
I'm
line.
gonna write GK.
Okay, that works. Yeah, this is your life plan in healthcare.
Wow. Now we just gotta live up to that.
Now you gotta live up. Now you gotta do your part. So now you gotta go back in and fill out all the details as you want them to occur, not necessarily as they have to occur. Okay?
Okay.
But it also gives you a frame of reference. So think of it as, let's say you get caught up with some little knucklehead at school, and that 23 turns into 24. That 24 travel time turns into 25 or 28. At 28 makes your family, you're not starting your family till you're 29, or you got to shorten your travel time. You know what I mean? Because if you had a little boy toy in right here, this changes to 24, 25. So you either have to, if you leave it the same way, you're down here, you're not starting a family till you're 30. And that's if you get a quick boy toy. If you get a long boy toy, imagine if you flip this boy upside down and get 3 kids here. You can't travel. Correct. And do you want to be a travel nurse, or do you want to be a nurse for travel? Because you can only travel 3 years here, and you can only travel in these last 10. So you would have been in this 13 years traveling, but you would have been in here 2 plus 16 plus this 18 to 34, 20 years plus you're a nurse. So are you a nurse that travels, or are you a travel nurse?
That could be a little bit of both. At first, you could do travel nurse,
Okay.
and then down here, be a nurse that travels.
Okay.
Because what if my husband was a trucker, and he drove off too?
Okay, so the trick is, when you're on nursing, so that's the trick about being a travel nurse. When you're travel nursing, you do exactly what they say. Usually for 13-week assignment. So you can work 3 days and come off 4 days, but usually you have to pick up the days you have. So it's going to be hard unless you have a husband that stays at home, at least in the beginning, to be able to do both. But that's why we had to separate family and kids. You know what I mean? Now you can do it, but it's hard. And you have to.
A lot of patients going out the drain too.
Right. Now you could shorten some of this and shorten some of this if you let your parents raise your kids. Can't say that. But you could.
Shorten that to 1 kid, and then that's 18
There, see now, okay,
years.
now she's getting it. So that's the thing. You shorten this up, but you only have 1 kid, it would be different.
Well, I guess if this were to change, it would depend on where God takes me in life.
Correct. And it also depends on when that brother or sister drops it into your life. You know what I mean? Because there's a difference between dropping a kid here dropping a kid here, or dropping a kid here. Because if you delay the kid stuff till you're 30, get your BSN now, 18 to 22, even 23 at the latest, you can work for 7 years as a travel nurse, 6 years because you have to do that first year on your own, as a travel nurse, make that $120,000 everybody's shooting for 6 years, put half of it away, $60,000 in the bank, $60,000 to live off of, makes all this easy by delaying and getting your BSN first.
And if I did get my BSN first, that's 2 years right there that I'd already have. So that would be 24, and then that would change the rest of the map.
Correct.
That's really neat and perspective when you put it out like that.
Got it? Rock and roll. Don't kill yourself.